Hello everyone, welcome all of you in today's session. So today we are going to start the next chapter, class 10. The name of the lesson is A Triumph of Surgery from your book Footprints Without Feet, written by James Herriot. In this story, we are going to see the dog. The story is based on one dog named Tricky. The Tricky is overfed by his owner, Mrs. Pumphrey, and one day he fell ill. So the narrator treats in such a way that he came back in a full energy. So what happened in this story? So we are going to see how the narrator treats him. So we will read the lesson. So we will see the explanation of the paragraph wise. We will see the summary. We will see the moral as well as we will see the question answers. So before that, we are going to see about author first. So James Herriot is basically a veterinary doctor, and whatever the story he has written, he based on his life experience. So though he was the veterinary doctor as well as he was author, so he is very interesting to write the story based on his life experience. So let's get started. James Alfred White, better known by his pen name James Herriot, was a British veterinary surgeon and author. Born on 3rd October 1916, Sunderland, UK. He is best known for his writing a series of 8 books set in the 1930s and 1950s about veterinary practice animals and their owners, which begin with If Only They Could Talk, first published in 1970. He died on 23rd February 1995 at age 78 in England. A Triumph of Surgery. Tricky, a small dog, is pampered and overfed by his rich mistress. He falls seriously ill, and his mistress consults a veterinary surgeon. Does he perform an operation? Does the dog recover? Read and find out. A Triumph of Surgery. The title is interesting. So, what is the meaning of triumph? The triumph meaning success, victory. Surgery, a place where a doctor treats his patients. Veterinary surgeon, a doctor who treats animal. So let's read the lesson. I was really worried about Tricky this time. I had pulled up my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress, and I was shocked at his appearance. Mistress means lady owner, pulled up, stopped car for a short time. He had become hugely fat, like a bloated sausage, with a leg at each corner, his eyes bloodshot and rheumy, started straight ahead, and his tongue lolled from his jaw. Bloated, meaning swollen. Sausage, a cylindrical dish of meat. Rheumy means watery. Lolled, hanging out. Miss Pumphrey hastened to explain he was so listless. Mr. Herriot, he seemed to have no energy. Hasten means to do quickly, hurriedly. Veterinary doctor, doctor of animal. And listless, lazy. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition. So I have been giving him some little extras between meal to build him up. Some malt and cold liver oil and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep, nothing much really. Malnutrition means inadequate or unhealthy diet. And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you? Oh, I did for a bit. But he seems to be so weak. I had to relent. He does love cream cakes and chocolates, so I can't bear to refuse him. Cut down means reduce. For a bit, for some time. Relent, to change one's mind. Bear, tolerate. I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. Tricky's only fault was greed. He had never been known to refuse food. He would tackle a meal at any hour of the day or night. And I wondered about all the things Mr. Pumphrey hadn't mentioned. Are you giving him plenty of exercise? Plenty means lot of. Well, he has his little walks with me, as you can see. But Hodkin, the gardener, has been down with lumbago. So there has been no ring throwing lately. Paragraph. I was really worried about Tricky this time. I hear narrator. And he pulled out his car. He stopped his car because he was worried about Tricky. The Tricky is name of a dog. When the narrator saw him with his mistress in the street, he stopped his car and was upset to see appearance of Tricky because he had become very fat. He looked like a swollen sausage. One could see a leg at each corner of his huge body. His eyes were red and watery. He was looking in front of him, and his tongue was hanging out of his mouth. So, Mr. Pumphrey is owner of a Tricky. The name of the owner of Tricky is Mrs. Pumphrey, and Mr. Harriet is a veterinary doctor. And Mrs. Pumphrey quickly explained to Mr. Harriet that Tricky had become very lazy and he does not have any energy. Because of that, Mrs. Pumphrey was very worried about his laziness and she explained that things to the doctor, Mr. Harriet. And Mrs. Pumphrey explained each and everything to the doctor, and she thought that Tricky was suffering because unhealthy diet. So she had started feeding him sometimes extra between his meals. So he is overfeeding him, and she did this to make it stronger, and she gave him some malt cod liver oil during daytime. Each and every time she used to feed anything to the Tricky, and a bowl of Horlicks in the night because she thought that Tricky was a suffering unhealthy diet, and so she is very pampered about the regarding the Tricky. So she given the bowl of Horlicks in the night so that he could sleep well, and she says that she did not feed him more, and though she was feeding more over pampering, but she is saying she was not feeding more. Mr. Harriet asked if she reduced feeding sweet to Tricky, and she replied that she reduced for some time, but she didn't reduce it. She didn't want to reduce the feed of Tricky, but he was very weak, so I again started giving him sweets. So again she started, and he likes cream cakes and chocolates. I tried to sound severe. Now, I really mean this. If you don't cut his food right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. Severe, strict. Harden your heart, stop being sympathetic. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Harriet. I am sure you are right, but it is so difficult, so very difficult. She set off, head down, along the road, as if determined to put the new regime into a practice immediately. Vroom pressed hard. Regime rule. I watched their progress with growing concern. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. He had a whole wardrobe of these coats for the cold weather and raincoat for the wet days. Concern, worry. Totter, to walk with difficulty. Tweed type of cloth. He struggled on dropping in his harness. I thought it wouldn't be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. Dropping, bending. The expected call come within a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Tricky would eat nothing, refused even his favorite dishes, and beside he had bouts of vomiting. He spent all his time lying on rug, panting, didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything. Distraught, worried. Besides, additionally, bouts instant. I had made my plans in advance. The only way was to get Tricky out of the house for a period. I suggested that he be hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. Fortnight means 15 days period. The poor lady almost swooned. She was sure he would pine and die if he did not see her every day. Now narrator spoke to strictly to the Mrs. Pumphrey that he was saying very seriously, if you will not immediately reduce his food and increase his exercise, he will certainly become ill. Narrator doctor had given the instruction to Mrs. Pumphrey, and she must become less sympathetic to the dog. The dog must be on a strict diet. Already doctor has given the instructions to Mrs. Pumphrey, and Mrs. Pumphrey pressed her hands together and said she will surely do it, and she said that to Dr. Harriet was right, but it was very difficult to her and to the Tricky, because she started walking on the road and her head was down, and it looked she was very determined and that she was making the plan and arrangement immediately. So with the increasing worry, she watched them walk, and Tricky was walking with very difficulty, and he was wearing a tweed coat, and his wardrobe was full of coats, and coats for cold weather and raincoat for rainy days. So Tricky walked with difficulty. He could not walk properly, and he was sure that very soon Mrs. Pumphrey would call him because the condition of Tricky. And within a few days, Mrs. Pumphrey called to the doctor, and she said that she was very worried about the Tricky because Tricky was not eating anything, and he refused each and everything, even his favorite dishes also. And in the addition, he had vomited. He had become ill, and all the time he was lying on his blanket and breathing quickly. He did not want to walk. He did not want to do anything. So because of that, she was worrying about the Tricky, and already the doctor had made a plan that he was sure that Tricky had to be taken out of the house, and that was the only way to treat him. The doctor suggested to Mrs. Pumphrey, and the Tricky should be hospitalized for about 15 days to keep him under observation. Already he instructed to the Mrs. Pumphrey. But I took a firm line. Tricky was very ill, and this was the only way to save him. In fact, I thought it best to take him without delay, and followed by Mrs. Pumphrey Wellings, I marched out to the car carrying the little dog wrapped in a blanket, well, to weep loudly. The entire staff was rushed, and the maids rushed in and the bringing his day bed, his night bed, favorite cushions, toys and rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, super bowl, roast, cold, super dinner. Realizing that my car would never hold all the stuff, I started to drive away. As I moved off, Mrs. Pumphrey, with a despairing cry, threw an armful of the little coats through the window. Despairing without hope, I looked in the mirror. Before I turned the corner of the drive, everybody was in tears out on the road. I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. Pathetic, pitifully. I patted the head, and Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail. Poor old bad lad, I said, you haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. Patted, touched gently with palm. Lad, boy. Cure, remedy. Haven't kick in you? You are not active. So this time doctor was very strict, and Tricky was very sick. In fact, the doctor thought that the best way to save him would be take him immediately. So the narrator carried the little dog in his lap and got in his car. The dog was covered by a blanket immediately, and Mrs. Pumphrey was weeping loudly. So the entire staff was Mrs. Pumphrey was called. All the maids were running in and out of the house. They brought his day bed, night bed, toys, rubber rings, and separate bowls for breakfast and lunch and dinner, each and everything brought for the Tricky. because he was going with a doctor. So he just understood that his car will not be able to carry all those things, so he denied it, and so he started the car and began to move immediately. So Mrs. Pumphrey started crying because her hope of giving all these things were not getting fulfilled, because of that all these things she could not fulfill to the Tricky. So she started the crying, and she threw some coats into the car through the window. And before taking a turn on the road, that the narrator looked in the rear view mirror. So he just looked in the mirror, and everybody was crying. All maids and all each and every person from the house was crying. And when he reached the main road, he looked the pitiful little dog, as well as the dog also feeling very sad mood. And because of that, he was puffing, and he was sitting on the seat near the narrator. So he touched his head, and Tricky made a great effort to wag its tail. Means he was not tired that wagging of his tail, and he just told that Tricky that he was not active, but he have a remedy for the Tricky. So doctor talk with the Tricky. He has the remedy for the Tricky. At the surgery, the household dog searched round me, and Tricky looked down at the noisy pack with dull eyes, and when put down, lay motionless on the carpet. Searched, rushed, pack, group. The other dogs, after sniffing round him for a few seconds, decided he was an uninteresting object and ignored him. Sniff to smell. I made up a bed for him in a warm, loose box next to the one where the other dog slept. For 2 days I kept an eye on him, giving him no food, but plenty of water. Keep an eye on, keep under the observation. At the end of second day, he started to show some interest in his surroundings, and on the third he began to whimper when he heard the dogs in the yard. Whimper to make small big sound, to moan. When I opened the door, Tricky trotted out and was immediately engulfed by Joe, the greyhound, and his friends. After rolling him over and thoroughly inspecting him, the dogs moved off down the garden. Tricky followed them, rolling slightly with his surplus fat. Trotted, ran slowly, engulfed, surrounded. Greyhound type of dog, rolling him over, pushing on the ground. Later that day, I was present at feeding time. I watched while Tristan sloped the food into the bowls. There was usual headlong rush followed by the sounds of high-speed eating. Every dog knew that if he fell behind the others, he was liable to have some competition for the last part of his meal. Headlong rush, carelessly quick. At the clinic, the dog living there moved around the doctor, and Dr. Heriot had come out of the car, and he was holding Tricky in his lap. Tricky looked at the group of dogs and that was making noise, and Dr. Heriot put Tricky on the ground, and he remained on the carpet without moving. And the other dogs smelled the Tricky for a few seconds, and they decided that Tricky was an uninteresting object because he was not moving, he was very lethargic, he was very lazy. So they thought that it's a uninteresting object, so they neglect the Tricky and they move away from him. So Tricky was put in a warm big cage, and the cage was placed near to the place where other dogs were sleeping. Near that place the Tricky kept. And for 2 days Dr. Heriot kept him under observation, and the doctor did not give him any food, and he was given only lot of water. So the Tricky showed some interest in things around him, and the end of the second day and on the third day, when he heard sound of other dogs, he started making some weak sound. And he started the sound because he can see the other dogs was playing, so he started. And the third day, what happened, he opened the door of the cage. The doctor opened the door of the cage. Then Tricky came out running slowly, and immediately another dog, Joe, and his friends stood around him. So they pushed Tricky to ground and they inspected him, and then all dogs started going to garden, and Tricky was following them, and Tricky was playing with other dogs because third day was energetic day for him. So walking very slowly because he was very fat, and even though the third day was there, but he was walking so slowly. And Tristan is a worker in the clinic afterwards on that day, and the doctor was present at the feeding time for the dogs, and there were many bowls kept, and Tristan poured food in each bowl. And then as usual, every dog quickly ran towards these bowls, and not caring for other dog because they know very well there was a sound of eating quickly, and they ran. And every dog was aware that if they will not they will he will eat slowly and his stomach will not get full, so every dog was competing with other dogs to get more share. When they had finished, Tricky took a walk round the shining balls, licking cozily inside one or two of them. Next day, an extra bowl was put out for him and was pleased to see him jostling his way towards it. Jostling, pushing, and running. From then on, his progress was rapid. He had no medicinal treatment and of any kind, but all day he ran about with dogs, joining in their friendly scrimmages. Rapid, quick scrimmages, friendly fight. He discovered the joys of being bowled over, tramped on, and squashed every few minutes. Squashed, crushed between. He became an accepted member of the gang, an unlikely silly little object among the shaggy crew, fighting like a tiger for his share at meal times and hunting rats in the old hen house at night. He had never had such a time in his life, unlikely different, shaggy, rough. Crew means group. Hen house, cage for place for keeping hens. All the while Mrs. Pumphrey hovered anxiously in the background, ringing a dozen times a day for the latest bulletins. All the while during the same time, I dodged the questions about whether his cautions were being turned regularly or his correct coat worn according to the weather, but I was able to tell her that the little fellow was out of danger and convincingly rapidly. Convincingly rapidly. The word convincing seems to do something to Mrs. Pumphrey. She started to bring round fresh eggs, 2 dozen at a time, to build up Tricky's strength. Build up to increase. For a happy period, my partners and I had 2 eggs each for breakfast, but when the bottles of wine began to arrive, the real possibilities of the situation began to dawn on the household. And after every dog had completed their eating and Tricky reached the bowls, he walked around bowls, and these were shining because other dogs had eaten all the food, and Tricky licked one or two empty bowls. He just see that. And next day there was an additional bowl for Tricky, and the doctor was happy to note that the Tricky was also running and pushing with other dogs to reach his bowl. And because of that the doctor was very happy because this time the Tricky also want to bowl. And after that incident he improved quickly. He was not given any medicines, but for a full day he ran with other dogs, and he had joined in their friendly fights. He was just playing with other dogs also, and he found the happiness of being thrown to the ground. He was very happy to play on the ground with other dogs and walking on him, and he was crushed between many dogs, and this happened almost every minute. And because of that, this was also a good exercise for him. And the other dogs had accepted him in their group, and he looked a different silky little object, and while other dogs were rough looking dogs, and he started fighting for his meal, and he started hunting for rats in the hen house, and during night he had never enjoyed these things in his lifetime, and this place he enjoyed a lot these things. who Tricky enjoyed a lot. And during the same time, Mrs. Pumphrey anxiously remained in the background. She would give a call almost 12 times. She used to call to doctor to take the follow-up of Tricky, to take the information of the Tricky. And the doctor avoided answering questions about the Tricky, and he just being changed regularly. Just the doctor was giving information to the Pumphrey, and Tricky was wearing the correct coat as per the weather. And she was just asking, she was just pampering on phone also. But the doctor doctor told to Mrs. Pumphrey that he was improving, he will improve very quickly. So Mrs. Pumphrey appeared to be affected by the words improving his health. So she started bringing 2 dozen fresh eggs during her every visit, and this was to increase strength of Trick. When she heard the when she heard the sentence improving his health from the narrator, so she started giving to the fresh eggs to the Tricky, and as well as she used to give lot of foods to the Tricky. And this was increasing. Because of that, she thought that these things will increase the strength of Tricky. So for a long time, the narrator and his partners used to eat all the 2 eggs for breakfast, and his food was same as that for other dogs. Means narrator used to take the all eggs and whatever the food has given by the Mrs. Pumphrey. Actually, he did not give everything to Tricky. So then bottles of wine, whatever the Mrs. Pumphrey had given to the Tricky, that also used to eat by the partners of narrator and narrator himself. And they understood the real situation of Tricky. It was to enrich Tricky's blood. Lunch became a ceremonial occasion with 2 glasses of wine before and several during the meal. We could hardly believe it when the brandy came to put a final edge on Tricky's constitution. For a few nights, the fine spirit was rolled around, inhaled and reverently drunk. Inhale, smelled, reverently, respectfully. There were days of deep content, starting well with an extra egg in the morning, improved and sustained by the midi wine, and finishing luxuriously round the fire with the brandy. Deep content, great satisfaction. Sustain, maintain. It was a temptation to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest, but I knew Mrs. Pumphrey was suffering, and after a fortnight felt compelled to phone and tell her that the little dog had recovered and was awaiting collection. Temptation, desire. Within minutes, about 30 feet of gleaming black metal drew up outside the surgery. The chauffeur opened the door, and I could just make out the figure of Mrs. Pumphrey almost lost in the interior. 30 feet, very long, gleaming, shining. Drew up, stop. Chauffeur, driver. Her hands were tightly clasped in front of her, lips trembled. Oh, Mr. Harriet, do tell me the truth. Is he really better? Clasped, held together, tremble, shivering. Yes, he's fine. There is no need for you to go get out of the car. I will go and fetch him. The wine was to improve blood of Tricky, and now lunch for us become just like a ceremony. So doctor narrate here that they started having 2 glasses of wine before food and many glasses during meal, because whatever the Mrs. Pumphrey has given to Tricky, they were not giving to the Tricky. They himself they eat each and everything. And they could not believe when Mrs. Pumphrey sent brandy, and it was to be added in food of Tricky. For some nights, the fine drinks was served repeatedly. They get each and every day the brandy. They used to drink it. They used to celebrate with the eggs and the brandy, and they smelt it and drank with a great respect fully. So those days were days of a great satisfaction for the narrator and the partner of the narrator. So they started the day with extra eggs in the morning, and the satisfaction was maintained and improved during lunch by enjoying wine. And because of wine, they enjoy their lunch also. And in the dinner, they had the luxury of having brandy, and once again dinner they got brandy. So it becomes a strong desire to keep Tricky permanently at the surgery. So the narrator want, because of that they got eggs and they got brandy each and every day. So they thought that Tricky should remain permanently with them. So but he knew that Mrs. Pumphrey was suffering a lot because Tricky was not with her, and she will not allow. So after a fortnight she will not allow, and he was forced to call Mrs. Pumphrey. Narrator called to Mrs. Pumphrey, and he told her that little dog had become healthy and she can come to take her dog. So within a few minutes, a long shining black car come and stop outside the clinic, and the driver opened the door of the car, and the narrator could make out that Mrs. Pumphrey was sitting inside the car and she was busy in her thoughts. So she was tightly holding her hands together in front of her, and her lips shivered when she spoke, and she requested to narrator what is the truth, and she wanted to know what the how the Tricky was, and dog had really become better. So she replied that he was fine. Narrator replied to Mrs. Pumphrey the dog was fine, and he requested her to remain in the car. And narrator said to the Pumphrey that he will go and bring the Tricky. I walked through the house into the garden. A mass of dogs was hurtling round and round the lawn, and in their midst, ears flapping, tail waving, was the little golden figure of Tricky. Hurtling, racing, flapping, moving up and down, waving, moving sideways. In 2 weeks, he had been transformed into a light, hard muscled animal. He was keeping up well with the pack, stretching out in the great bounds his chest, almost brushing the ground. Pack group, lithe, thin, brushing, touching. I carried him back along the passage to the front of the house. The chauffeur was still holding the car door open, and when Tricky saw his mistress, he took off from my arms in a tremendous leap and sailed into Mrs. Pumphrey's lap. So she gave a startled oh, and then had to defend herself as he swam over, licking her face and barking. And during the excitement, I helped the chauffeur to bring out the beds, toys, cushions, coats, and balls, none of which had been used. As the car moved away, Mrs. Pumphrey leaned out of the window, and tears shone in her eyes. Her lips trembled. Oh, Mr. Harriot, she cried, how can I ever thank you? This is a triumph of surgery. When the narrator requested to the Mrs. Pumphrey remain in the car, and he said that I walked throughout the house into the garden, and he walked into his house and then to the garden. And a group of dogs was running in a circular path in the garden, and that group there was a small golden colored dog, that is the Tricky, and his ears were moving up and down, and his tail was wagging. And in 2 weeks he had become a thin, agile animal. His muscles had become hard, and he was running well with the group, and he was stretching himself to a great extent. His chest was almost touching the ground, and he explained here. And the narrator picked the Tricky and kept in his lap and carried him through the passage, and the driver had kept the door of the car still open, and the Tricky saw his mistress, and immediately he made a big jump from the narrator's arm, and he moved into the lap of Mrs. Pumphrey. And with the great surprise, she spoke, "Oh, Tricky!" And she was very happy, and Tricky had jumped on her lap, and she had to protect herself, and he was licking her face and barking with affection and the happiness that because Tricky was very happy when he saw his mistress. And during this happiness, he helped the driver, narrator helped the driver, and to bring all the clothes and toys of Tricky. And the car started to move away, and Mrs. Pumphrey moved her head out to the window, and she said that, and her eyes were full of tears, her lips were shivering because of happiness, and she was so happy that it was not possible to express her thanks when she was very happy. And at the end she said to the narrator, this is a triumph of surgery. Here the triumph of surgery means this is the victorious, this is the very very important surgery whatever the narrator had made for the Tricky. She want to say that here, so she said this is a triumph of surgery. So we have seen a triumph of surgery is about a small dog, Tricky, who was always indulged by his rich mistress, that is Mrs. Pumphrey, with tasty and unhealthy foods, and in a several times in a day. And so because of overlove, excessive love, she would overfeed her pet. She would overfeed a Tricky, and gradually Tricky gained a lot of weight and become very lazy, lethargic, and he hardly do the exercise or went for walking. And due to his bloated structure, because of that, he became bulky, and his lack of movement that worried the Mrs. Pumphrey. And very soon she consulted the Mr. James Herriot, narrator was a veterinary surgeon for the treatment of the Tricky. So Mr. Herriot was already know, he was shocked to see the Tricky's condition and took him to the hospital, and he already knew that Mrs. Pumphrey overfed to the Tricky. So the lifestyle of the Tricky was a dangerous for him. So he took the dog along with him and put him on a hospital. The dog didn't move for the first 2 days and didn't eat anything, and James Herriot, narrator, had not given anything to the Tricky, just given the plenty of water. And on third day the Tricky went outside and played with other bigger dogs in the hospital. So he ate the food that was given to him and also licked bowls of other dogs for the leftover food. So Mr. Herriot gave a balanced diet to Tricky along with plenty of physical exercise, and gradually the Tricky's condition started improving, and he started fighting with other dog, playing with other dog, and his mistress Mrs. Pumphrey would send eggs and wines to the Tricky, but for the recovering of the Tricky. But however, James Herriot and his partners would eat all the eggs, and they have taken the drink whatever the Mrs. Pumphrey had given. And further, Mrs. Pumphrey also sent bottles of wine and everything they have not given to the Tricky. They used to consume by himself and with his partners. And then he felt sorry for eating the food that sent by Mrs. Pumphrey for Tricky, but it is the good for the Tricky. So the little dog started showing sign of improvement, and that the narrator decided to call the wealthy lady, to call the Mrs. Pumphrey, as she was very worried about the pet's condition. And when she arrived in the hospital to fetch her to take the Tricky was very happy and jumped on her, because when he saw his mistress, he was very happy, and Mrs. Pumphrey was filled with gratitude towards Mr. Herriot for curing her dog, and felt very happy, and she couldn't thank him enough for the wonder he had done to her pet. Because he was very happy, and he said thank you very much, and she felt this was indeed a triumph of surgery. And at the end she said it is indeed triumph of surgery, means the very very successful, victoriously surgery you have done. So we have seen the excessive love, over pampering of Mrs. Pumphrey made the Tricky ill, and that is the result of illness. So extreme things can become harmful for anyone. So we have seen the consequences of the extreme love. So in this story, that signifies the parents should not pamper. Parents should not over pamper to their children. Over pampering can be harmful for any child. So excessive love, over pampering should not be there.